Sigma males are among the most efficient workers out there, and in fact, some of the decade's richest men are Sigma. In this video, we are going to explore 6 Sigma male characteristics that shape their powerful mindset and give them the potential to be at the top. And we are also going to reveal 3 traits that are most likely to hold them back and how they can overcome them. Welcome to Dream Thinker, where we think of the psychology of different personalities. Be sure to like and subscribe so you can be notified whenever we release new content. If you're a Sigma male or you want to be one, this video will help you overcome your weaknesses and play to your strengths so you can achieve great things. Let's get into it. Body. Strength 1. They are tough. Sigma male strength doesn't come from how hard they punch, it comes from how hard they get punched and still make it back to their feet. Think Elon Musk. The man confessed that at some point in his life, he had to borrow money from his friends to cover his family's basic needs, like food and clothes. Because he put all his money in Tesla and SpaceX, and neither of them was making a dime back then. Now he's competing for the spot of the richest man on the planet. Steve Jobs was exited from his own company, which he worked on building for years, and when he came back, he made one of the most successful marketing campaigns in history. These kinds of hits would be difficult for an alpha to sustain because they care about their social image. They need to stay on top of the socio-sexual hierarchy, and they need everyone to know they are. So when something threatens this image, they might just let it go. But for Sigmas, they don't really care about their social image or about society at all. They do their own thing and they kick ass at it, even if everyone tells them they're crazy. Their mindset is, first they will call you crazy, then they will call you a genius. And they understand that being called lazy is common when you have vision. Strength 2. Sigma males adapt. They're the best natural survivors out of all the male personality archetypes. For an alpha, when a task gets too complicated or time-consuming, the first thing they think is, whom can I delegate this to? But for a Sigma, they think, how can I get this done? They rely only on themselves, and they adapt their skills and learn new things to get the job done adequately. It's common for a Sigma male to make a bold career shift or travel to a foreign country and thrive in their new position. They see everything as a challenge, and they will swim oceans and climb mountains to avoid saying, I couldn't get it done. Strength 3. Sigmas are independent. You'll always find that Sigma workers have multiple streams of income, or at least they have a plan B and C in place in case their current source of income is jeopardized. A Sigma male can be threatened by, if you don't get in line, I will fire you. They don't really care if they're fired because they always have other options. They never entangle themselves in such a way that walking out would be problematic. And don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean they're complete outcasts. Sigmas are often liked and respected by their peers and their superiors. But make no mistake, if they get tired, they will leave. Sigmas work because they like it, not because they need it. Strength 4. Sigmas work best alone. They have the ability to work in teams and be cooperative, but their finest work comes from alone time. This could be anything from writing, graphic designing, programming, marketing, or even just coming up with ideas in any field. They appreciate quietness and tend to listen within themselves for intuition, and then follow that intuition. If you're a Sigma male, a managerial role wouldn't be as good as something in creative design. You're the guy behind the curtains who runs everything well away from the spotlight. You're the man who makes the magic happen without revealing any of your tricks. This is why you'll find that many Sigma males opt to remote work, freelancing gigs, and making money digitally. However, Sigmas can still be very good leaders if they need to be. Strength 5. Sigmas hate authority. They won't succumb to your authority just because you have some power to fire them or punish them. In fact, if you try to subdue a Sigma male, he will either walk away or even start a rebellion. And they don't do things in a certain way just because this is how everyone does it. They think for themselves and question everything, and they often have a very controversial opinion on things that seemingly everybody else agrees on. The fascinating thing is, they're very often right. because most people do things the way they were taught or the way everyone else does it. But Sigmas actually put in the time and effort to study, research, and try as many times as it takes to figure something out. So their opinion is based on facts and experience, not common knowledge. And even though this can be an advantage in innovation and problem solving, it can be a drawback, because sometimes you don't really need to reinvent the wheel. If it works, it works. So Sigmas often waste a huge amount of time and resources fact-checking for themselves and making sure that everything makes sense according to their own beliefs. If they come up with something new, great, they're geniuses. But if they don't, they've only just wasted time to come to the same conclusion. Strength 6. Sigmas compete only with themselves. While alpha males are super competitive because they always want to prove to the pack that they're better than everyone and establish themselves as the alpha in the hierarchy, Sigmas don't really care. They look to their own progress, and they're not concerned with titles like top performer or employee of the month. If they do get it, they just think, cool. In fact, they often let their friends or colleagues win a game or take credit for something if it's gonna make them happy, because they don't think it has any significance. Strength 7. Sigmas put their goals first. Even though Sigma males can fit well into society and can be sensitive and sympathetic, they always put their goals and happiness over everyone and everything else. Altruism is among the least likely virtues you'd find in a Sigma male, and they're not afraid to admit that. You'd find them saying something like, "I'd love to make my parents proud, but I gotta put myself first." They can't even give up companionship in order to achieve their goals. This doesn't come from an antisocial mentality or introvertism, but the fact that they're hyper-aware that companionship comes with responsibilities which might slow them down. The way they think about it is, having a fulfilling relationship can make them satisfied with their life enough that they don't strive to achieve great things. But if they're alone, all their energy will be focused on themselves. I'm talking about the guy who says no to the Saturday night party because they gotta hustle. Sometimes people think Sigma males are a bit ruthless because they're willing to do anything to get their destination, regardless of who might get hurt in the way. Okay, so that was it for the Sigma male strengths. Now it's time for their weaknesses and how to overcome them. Weakness 1. Sigmas get bored easily. They won't quit because the going gets hard or they face a huge challenge, but they will quit if they simply get bored. They have to have constant stimulation, face challenges which they can adapt to, and solve new problems. This is why you'll never find a Sigma male in a regular, boring 9-to-5 working as a banker or an accountant, and if you do find one, you'll find them miserable. What to do about it? Well, 2 things. First, choose an interesting work. An interesting changes from one person to another, so make sure you work a job that constantly offers you new and interesting things. And second, constantly remind yourselves of your goals. Yes, maybe this is getting a bit boring, but think of the long-term results you'll yield if you keep at it for a bit more. Weakness 2. Sigma males have authority issues. Like we already said, they hate being told what to do, and they need their own space to grow. This can definitely be problematic at the workplace. So what to do about it? Well, you have 2 options. Either pick a vocation in which you answer to no one, like a freelancer or an entrepreneur, or if you have to have a boss, choose someone who understands you and gives you the resources you need and guides you, while still giving you the space to make your own mistakes and learn from them. If you end up with one of those, do as I say because I'm your boss and I own you. A-holes, the workplace will turn into a battlefield. Weakness 3. Sigmas don't have a tribe. Whether you admit it or not, there is safety and strength in numbers. Alphas invest a lot of time and effort into their social circles, and they reap the benefits of the investment in a number of people that would have their back. Sigmas, they rarely make that investment. They often direct their time and effort on themselves to grow their knowledge and skills. This is why when Sigma males fall, it leaves scars, not scratches. Having people to take care of you and help you if you're sick or in any kind of trouble can sometimes be life-challenging. To give you a clear idea, a Sigma male probably has 10 people or so who put his number when they're asked who to call in case of an emergency, while he has only 1 person he could think of, or maybe even 0. The way to overcome this is simple. Okay, Put all the time you want in yourself and your career, but also make sure to put at least some time in forming strong bonds and genuine connections, at least with a few people. Remember, the lone wolf dies and the pack survives. Conclusion: this is it for our video on the Sigma male mindset, strengths and weaknesses of the Sigma mentality. If you felt like this video had some eye-opening insights, give it a like and let us know whether you're a Sigma male or if you know someone who is in the comment section below. Subscribe to Dream Thinker for weekly content. And make sure to check out our other video on Alpha versus Sigma male. Who wins the battle for the top spot?